All right, time for my last interview guest of the evening out of Louisville, Kentucky. Brooks Ritter is with me right now. What's going on, sir?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Good, man. Thank you,
Just
sir.
doing, hey, absolutely, man. Appreciate you letting me get on this program, man.
Great to have you on. Appreciate you. I played the Shadows song as your preference. I played it a little bit
Yeah, man.
earlier, and I really like the song, man. I really do. I dig the joint. Um,
Dude, I appreciate it, bro.
that's definitely one of the songs that you definitely could vibe to. Makes you want to sing the
Yeah,
song.
man.
Make you want to sing the songs with your buddies. You know,
That's
uh,
that's right, man. It's an anthem, bro.
and true story. People be asking me like, how do I hear about these artists that be on my show, that be on this particular show? I
Yeah.
sometimes I meet people in person. I am a local music advocate. I
Mm,
live in Lexington.
yes.
I go to majority of shows there, and I know some
Mm,
people in Louisville, and that might have played a role into me hearing about your music, sir. And there,
yeah.
there's a lot of talented local musicians, and I think you might be familiar with some of these artists that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Giannis, Jordan
Yes.
Jetson,
Mhm.
House Ghost, Jay
Yeah.
Adams. The list goes on and
Mhm.
on. Louisville, I keep saying to people, have an incredible local music scene. It's not just hip hop. It's a variety of genres, and you definitely played a role to what's going on at the Louisville music scene. Um,
Man, I appreciate that. Those are kind words, man. I really appreciate it.
So I always got to show love to the people in the 502. Now, while us Lexington, we bleed blue. Louisville, y'all bleed red. But we all,
Yep.
but we love music. So
That's right, man.
we got something, that we can see eye to eye on, pretty much. uh,
That's right, bro.
so
That's right. In a time like this, you know, man, March Madness, woof, got the best of my cards, man. But it's all good, man.
I will say, as a Kentucky guy, I think the committee did y'all dirty
Mm.
having y'all go up against Rick Pitino's son, going up against
Oh,
him.
man.
Of all the teams that they could have put y'all against
Right?
in the first round of the tournament, that's
Yep.
insane.
Yep.
Someone,
Mess with your head, bro.
and the thing is, after all that school's been through with Wick, and y'all getting back to the tournaments, I think Chris Mack is a good coach. I lived in Ohio once upon a time. I seen Xavier basketball here and there. He's a good coach. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna lead y'all to the right direction. I believe.
I
And
agree. I agree. Yeah.
sky's the limit for Louisville. I think. With him being the head coach, after Rick Pitino. Um,
Of course. Those are
so
huge shoes to follow. And, yeah, man. It's one of those things where it's kind of funny we're talking about music, but then switch to basketball. But it is like it's one of those things where I was really impressed, even just by this year, those guys being able to do what they could. And man, some of those wins were very impressive. And then I mean, some of the losses were heartbreaking. As a Kentucky fan, I'm sure there's at one point where you can root for Louisville when we played Duke, and golly, how that one got out of hand in the second half.
I can assure you, us that was difficult to do after what they did to
Mm,
us. I mean, y'all put up more of a fight against them than we did. But of course, us
yeah,
Kentucky, we were just trying to figure things out, I guess.
that's
But
right. That's right.
that's just that's just the thing. Now, for you as a musician, singer, songwriter, um, like how do we talked and I talked about these names earlier. For you as an
Yeah.
artist, how does it feel to be part of such an incredible group of local musicians supporting each other, with different genres and everything?
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, it's humbling to be all the way honest with you. I mean, truly, I mean, the Louisville scene, but also just the scene around in general. It's just it is a powerful thing, and it's wonderful. When you can do more than just like someone's tunes, when you actually start to rub shoulders with people, and you start to honestly get to just really support one another in life too, not just music, but it's one of those humbling, really cool moments. You mentioned Jans. That is, that's one of my dudes, and I met him at the Louisville Music Awards a couple years ago, and actually, you mentioned House Ghost too. I used to play, I played several shows over the years with House Ghost, and Keith Miller, kind of the front man of House Ghost, he introduced me to Jans at the Louisville Music Awards. And so, like, kind of from that moment, like, we just kind of, we ran with it a little bit. We did a collaboration project with Free Soul Effect, and those guys are from New Albany, Indiana. And, they kind of gathered Louisville artists as well as Indiana artists, and just kind of brought us all together. I had the pleasure of hanging out with Otis Jr., yeah, the collaboration was insane. I mean, so I have this deep, deep love for roots music, for Americana music, for rock and roll in general. But what a lot of people don't understand is, like, when I was kind of really going and growing into trying to find my voice, a whole lot of what I listened to was 90s R&B and late 90s, early 2000s, Music Soul Child, like artists like that who like really almost like helped me find my singing voice. And so I have this deep love for R&B and for neo soul, and that goes back to Marvin Gaye, that goes back to Sam Cooke, that goes back to Aretha Franklin. I mean, the list goes on and on. But so like I got to sing kind of this outside of what people were used to hearing me, and we've got a really cool station, WFBK in Louisville, that plays a diverse amount of music, both locally and, nationally as well. But I just remembered after that Free Soul Effect song coming out, I kept getting asked, like, but this is so different from what you do, and, like, how did that feel? And I was like, y'all don't understand. Like, I listen to R&B music all the time, and, like, this is a part of my language. Like, I'm just honored to be able to do it. You know what I mean? And so, like, that was just one of those really cool moments. And then, obviously, getting to know these guys, again, Jans, I can't speak highly enough of him. We've collabed on a song of mine where, we're just kind of basically taking paint, throwing it on a canvas and seeing what sticks, and just kind of he and I doing a thing. And so hopefully we'll finish that up in the next, coming months or whatnot, and we'll be able to release that because it's a fun tune. But again, something different from, Stereo of Steel, that album, and any of my other albums. So it's the beauty of getting to create outside of, the box for what people may, they've heard a few songs and they think they can, somewhat pin you down, as it were. but it's like, no, it goes deeper than that, and I'm just really excited. Not to mention that I'm going to be working on a new album as well, just in general for my next project here in the next few months with my band that I play with, and so I can't be. I'm just super excited for new music and to be able to share some and to be able to support more music from my friends. So that was pretty long-winded.
It's all good, I appreciate that. Appreciate the passion that you speak of, and Jans. I've interviewed him, I think a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Genuine good dude.
Literally.
We're respected by fellow people in the local music, and people speak highly of him, and that's saying
Oh yeah.
something for a guy's craft, and what it means to him, and what it means to all others that works with him or listen to his stuff.
Hmm.
He and Jordan got the space waves thing going on, and just
Yeah.
how they've been able to put it together. It's like
Mm.
it's good things. So I'll look forward to hearing more of them. So you mentioned you about to work on a new album, and
Yeah.
after what I've heard from your previous record, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Anything
Mm.
else you working on as far as maybe upcoming shows or anything else people need to keep an eye on?
Yeah, man. There are going to be some things that are coming up the pike, up the lane here pretty soon. Man, honestly, if we could direct people to my social media stuff, Brooks Ritter Music on Facebook, um, Mr. Brooks Ritter on Twitter, and Brooks Ritter Music on Instagram too. I keep that pretty up to date, and I'm really hoping to get into Lexington here pretty soon. I'm friends with the guy who books for Cosmic Charlie's, and so I'm gonna try to either do something there or the Burl. I freaking love the Burl. I've played there a few times, and the vibe is so good in there. So I'm really hoping to make a Lexington gig, make that happen, and yeah, man. Have you heard of Eric Bolander? He's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a local guy there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So he and I have rubbed shoulders, played a few shows together, and really enjoy him as a person as well. Just a kind man, honestly, and those are the kind of people that um, I like to link up with, man. Just good people, and people who are supporting other people as well. And so, it's like a family thing, man. It always kind of has been. My hope is just to keep that rolling, keep that going, and yeah, obviously make some big waves with this new album. It's got several songs, and so it's going to be one of those things where we're going to choose which ones make it on the record, and then hopefully there'll be some left over, and we'll just keep the process going, brother.
Eric Bolander, definitely one of my favorite artists here in Lexington,
Yeah,
and
he's a good dude.
he's about to he's about to re-release his latest album, The Wind.
Hmm.
This he's gonna have an album release, which just so happens to be at the Borough, which I will say hands down my favorite venue in all of Lexington. Uh,
Nice, man.
as for Cosmic Charlie's, I'm happy that they're back in business. They got the new
Right.
location. I haven't been there yet, but I will in the foreseeable future. And before I let you go, Brooks, I just got a tweet. I think you might be familiar with a certain person. Um, I got a retweet. It's being quoted from a Bianca M. Witter. Um,
Yeah, that's my
and
wife.
shout out to Miss Witter. Thank you for listening.
Mm.
She says
Yeah.
so happy to hear my at M.R. Brooks Ritter on the radio. He's in the other room, laughing emoji.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
so I would like to thank Miss Bianca for listening. Not that far away. so,
Right. Thanks, man.
so I just want to give her. I just want to give her a shout out. Great chatting with you, man. Thank you so
Likewise,
much.
man.
Thank you so much for being on. Continued success, and I'll keep an eye on your Lexington gig down the road. Thanks for your time, man.
Absolutely, brother. You too, man.
All right, bye bye.